This dashcam video was captured in Nuevo Laredo in Mexico. A man and his wife had just crossed the border into the country in the early morning hours of January 3rd, 2020. Shortly after, they were met by this sight. Cars stopped at a light, blocking the road with multiple people standing nearby. As the driver approaches, the car in the middle lane pulls forward and the people outside gesture the driver to pass through. However, just as he tries to do so, a pickup pulls around the corner and blocks the open path. That's when the people outside begin banging on the driver's windows and pulling at the door handles.
Cartel. Yeah. See that?
The group does whatever they can to get the vehicle to stop. But the quick maneuvers of the driver allow him to speed around the blocking vehicles and get away back in the opposite direction. Groups such as this one are commonly known to set up roadblock traps like this in different areas. Typically, they'll be looking for passing trucks to steal, which they'll then use for a multitude of different purposes. However, they'll also steal wallets, cell phones, and other valuable items from these unsuspecting drivers. Multiple reports of stolen items, including cars, were filed that morning. This video shows the dashcam footage of a police cruiser located in Texas. In the video, you can see as the car in front of the police cruiser suddenly swerves and brakes in an attempt to avoid an object on the road. As the cruiser gets closer, it's revealed that the object is a woman lying passed out on the road. Luckily, Sergeant Scott would stop to help the woman by waking her up and getting her on her feet. The woman was overall suspected of having been intoxicated when she ran her car into a nearby ditch and walked back up the road just to pass out moments later. What's terrifying is just how many times she had been almost ran over prior to Sergeant Scott stopping to help her. This unsettling dashcam footage shows the police's response to a report of two people in clown costumes harassing civilians and chasing after cars in the early morning hours of October 7th, 2016 in Wenatchee, Wisconsin. The incident was reported amid the disturbing surge of creepy clown sightings in various locations worldwide, in which people dressed up as clowns would sometimes even go as far as threatening innocent passers-by with weapons. In this video, when the officer asked them to show him their hands to make sure they aren't carrying any weapons, the clowns comply by slowly and creepily bringing their hands out to their sides, standing still and staring at the officer. Although this footage looks innocent enough when compared to some of the other clown sightings that were reported that same month, there is more to the story than meets the eye. It turns out the two clowns were being driven around by a 26-year-old woman who was actually the wife of one of the clowns. Shockingly, it was discovered that the couple had left their 4-year-old home alone for several hours in order to participate in this prank. After the parents were referred to court on charges of child neglect, the child's mother was detained at Winnebago County Jail as a probation measure. The other clown was let off with a warning. As soon as the white car stops, at least 4 suspects jump out and start running towards the driver's car in what we can assume to be a carjacking attempt. Having sensed that something was wrong from the start, the driver reacts in a split second and accelerates quickly. The attackers had just enough time to move out of the way as the driver rams into the white car and takes off the door as he speeds away. One thing that caught many viewers' attention is the fact that the man remained incredibly calm throughout the attempted carjacking. His awareness of the situation and quick thinking ultimately kept him out of harm's way, and based on his behavior, it's very likely that this isn't the first time something like this happened to him. This seems to be echoed by the description that was uploaded to Reddit by the user who posted the video. The caption read, "To give more context, this happened in Chile. I wasn't driving, but I often use that route. Here, this type of carjacking has become so common that it's a risk to get out of the car after 10 p.m., and all drivers have learned to keep their distance from the front cars on exits." There's not a lot of information on this incident online, and it was never confirmed if the carjackers were caught by police or not. The footage that was captured by Officer Wayne Daniels' police car in Garden City, Georgia, is arguably one of the most notorious dashcam videos on the internet, as it left viewers completely baffled for years and even appeared on a paranormal TV show. In the video, the officer attempts to pull over a white sedan for reckless and erratic driving near midnight on April 3rd, 1997. After fooling the officers into thinking he was going to pull over on the side of the road, the mysterious driver begins swerving chaotically before making a U-turn and disappearing into the night. Suddenly, the white car comes into view again and attempts to leave the officers behind by maneuvering the white sedan into a series of dangerous swerves. Although the video quality is understandably low, the driver in the white car would reportedly reach speeds of over 115 miles per hour during the high-speed pursuit. Out of nowhere, the suspect turns onto a side road and reaches what looks like a dead end. And this is where things get creepy. Instead of stopping, the white car makes a sharp turn to the left and disappears behind a metal fence, leaving the officers and the viewers of this viral video completely stunned. One of the most plausible theories on this shocking footage is that the fence might not have been properly fixed to the ground, allowing the car to go straight through the fence. But this still leaves a lot of unanswered questions. To this day, the explanation for this eerie footage remains a mystery. This dashcam footage comes from a police car in a suburb of Chicago. In the video, captured on May 10th, 2018, Sergeant Anthony Menino is seen putting himself and his car between a 2-year-old boy and oncoming traffic. Before the sergeant arrived at the scene, the small child was weaving in and out of a high-traffic lane, running dangerously close to the trucks and cars that were passing by at high speeds. According to reports, Menino originally thought that the child was a stray dog, but after realizing it was actually a little boy running a few feet from traffic on Route 59, he immediately got out of the car and ran to the child's rescue.
31, trying to corral a 1-year-old boy running across 59, just north of North Aurora.
Hey! 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 Come here! You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah, I have him. I'm going to try to find his parents.
How you doing? What's your name?
Yeah, please put pieces together. We're in front of the old American sale.
Hold on.
Videos like this one raise an obvious and very concerning question. Where were this child's parents? Fortunately, in this case, the boy's mother showed up a few minutes later, understandably emotional about the incident. It was later discovered that the family lived only 2 blocks away from the spot where Menino found the child, and that the boy had run away from his mother in the blink of an eye. Had Sergeant Menino not been there at that exact moment, there is no telling what could have happened to the little boy. This dashcam footage was captured by a New Jersey police cruiser in the early hours of the morning of February 24th, 2023. A few minutes before this footage was recorded, several police officers and first responders had left their vehicles on a closed-off highway lane to attend to the victims of a crash involving an SUV that had spun off the road after the driver had lost control of the vehicle. What starts out as uneventful footage of a couple police cars stopped on the highway soon takes a terrifying turn. The dashcam video shows New Jersey State Trooper Stefan Lentini shining his flashlight at an oncoming heavy-duty tow truck to try and get the driver's attention. Alarmingly, the truck doesn't seem to be showing any signs of stopping or even moving to the next lane. As the 40,000-pound truck's headlights continue to approach the trooper and his car, Lentini is forced to run off the highway to avoid the oncoming truck. After the truck slams into 3 police cars and an ambulance, panicked State Trooper DeVry Mariano's voice can be heard as he calls desperately for his partner, serving as a chilling reminder of how tragically this crash could have ended. Amazingly enough, no one, not even the truck driver, was seriously injured during the incident. Although the 53-year-old tow truck driver was given a summons for the careless driving that resulted in 3 total police cars and a damaged ambulance, the factors leading up to the crash have not yet been revealed. Though many are suspicious of the driver falling asleep at the wheel or just not paying attention in general. Kyle Burgess was on an early morning jog on a trail in Provo, Utah, when he thought he saw a baby bobcat on the trail up ahead of him. He immediately pulled out his phone and started recording. But it wasn't a bobcat, rather it was a baby cougar. The video then shows the mother cougar coming into view.
You! Oh, no! Get the away! Get the away! Go! 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 No! No! Go away! Go away! Please go away! Oh! Oh! Nice and slow. Come on! Ah! No!
Kyle is left in a standoff with the cougar as he slowly backs away, trying to scare it off with loud noises. But the cougar continues to follow him, and at times even lunges at him. At one point, Kyle turns his head away from the animal so as not to trip as he's backing up. This prompts the cougar to try and attack, getting within only feet of him.
Go away! No! You taste, dude. Trying to attack and your eyes are looking away from you. Dude! No, go away! Go away! No! No! Yeah, get away from me. Face.
The encounter lasts for an entire 6 minutes. It ends when Kyle throws a large rock, scaring the animal into running away. Cougar encounters with hikers are extremely dangerous and can often result in a much worse outcome. Had Kyle tried to run or failed to look and sound intimidating, the animal's instincts to chase and commit to an attack would have kicked in. In April of 2021, a man named Mitch Kuhn was driving on the highway back from work when he saw this. A child that looks to be wearing a large jacket, or that's possibly wrapped in a blanket, begins walking out in the middle of the highway, just barely missing Mitch's truck. Mitch was towing a trailer, and felt that if he abruptly stopped, it would cause an accident. So instead, he opted to call the police, reporting an unattended child walking on the highway. Police assured Mitch that they'd send out patrol units immediately. An hour later, Mitch called again for a follow-up, as well as to offer the footage he had caught on his dashcam. But he was told that it wouldn't be necessary, as the child had been collected safely and was on his way home. However, strangely, police would later state that no child was found, despite officers searching the area until 3:45 a.m. Additionally, they would claim that at no point did they tell Mitch that they had found the child. The next morning, multiple volunteers commenced a search of the area, but no child was ever found, and therefore the search eventually ended. At the time the footage was captured, there were no reports of a missing child in the area. It remains unknown who exactly was captured in this video. It's November 19, 2017 in Clearwater, Florida. Two police cruisers, both with their own dash cams, were responding to a traffic stop on North Keene Road. Just 2 minutes after they arrived, a small plane hovering in the air slowly comes into view. But it quickly becomes clear that it's descending and heading straight at them. The plane's right wing clips a tree wall descending, causing the aircraft to spin out and forcing it to the side of the road. Just minutes earlier, the four-seater plane had taken off from a nearby airport. Flying it was 61-year-old Mark Allen Benedict, accompanied by one other passenger. Shortly into the plane, and their engine started failing. Mark reported this back to the airport and further explained to them that he didn't think he could make it back. Mark didn't have many options, as the state of the one engine he had was only continuing to worsen. This is what forced him to crash land on the road, a road which just so happened to already have police present. Despite the terrible nature of the crash, Mark and the other passenger on board were able to walk away from the wreckage with minimal injuries. No one on the ground was injured. This is the dashcam footage of Rookie Delaware State Police Trooper Hassan Hollis. Hassan was stationed on a highway on-ramp right next to a stalled vehicle waiting for a tow truck to arrive when he spotted a red Buick Regal. Only minutes before, a radio call had gone out for all officers in the area to be on the lookout for a vehicle that matched that very description, as it was linked to a possible kidnapping. Hassan quickly ditched the stalled vehicle and began chasing it down the highway. After a few moments, he caught up to it and got right behind it. The license plate matched up. Hassan then radioed for backup and began pulling the vehicle over using extreme caution.
Yeah. Yes. Where? Where the car? Stop the truck.
Inside the vehicle was 35-year-old Lewis Coleman. When asked if anyone else was in the vehicle, Lewis would explain how someone was in the trunk. Upon opening the trunk, police would find the remains of Jassy Kohaya inside of a suitcase. A suitcase which Lewis was later found to have purchased only a couple days earlier at a nearby Walmart. Along with this, he also purchased other items, such as duct tape, surgical gloves, and safety goggles. The unfortunate events were believed to have started at a nightclub hundreds of miles away where Jassy Kohaya was last seen. It's thought that this is where Lewis had lured her inside of his car. Upon being arrested, Lewis Coleman would plead not guilty, but considering the mass amount of evidence against him, he would later be found otherwise by a federal jury. As of right now, Lewis is still waiting for his sentencing.
Hey, I need police ASAP. I'm on 410 South by Ingram Park Mall. A lady is screaming outside her Ford, a gray Ford exiting Ingram Road right now. She's trying to get out of a vehicle and the guy won't let. No, she's not exiting. They got back on 410. I don't know. It says 410 South from Ingram going towards like Marbach area.
After a few minutes on the highway, the car finally takes an exit. Now at slower speeds, the woman in the backseat sees an opportunity and exits the moving vehicle.
Military Drive. Exit by the academy now. Okay. Military Drive. We're in the frontage road. What is this guy doing? She's screaming and kicking in the car. He's she's trying to get out of the car. She's opening the door. She's trying to jump out. He sped up and he couldn't get out. She jumped out! She jumped out! She jumped out! Ma'am, get in my truck! Get in my truck! Okay, I'm going to the police station right now.
He has my car, he has everything.
The one on Calabria, yeah.
The two see a police officer and flag him down. They retreated to a nearby parking lot where a medical crew arrived. The woman was brought to a hospital as a precaution, but ultimately it was determined that she only suffered minor injuries. The woman had been taken against her will by her own husband, who refused to let her go. She had to resort to yelling out to nearby drivers for help. The husband was later found by police and arrested. This footage was taken on February 18th, 2022 in Shawnee, Wisconsin. The dash cam is in the cruiser of Officer Jeff Buettner. Jeff was patrolling the highway when suddenly this happened. A pileup of cars comes into view, but same as everyone else, the icy conditions didn't allow enough time for Jeff to slow down, forcing him to crash. Before he had time to get out, cars from behind him would begin to slam into his police cruiser. Jeff was now trapped inside of his vehicle, but still, at least for the most part, unhurt. Not long passes when a few other people involved in the crash go up to check up on Jeff.
Hey, officer, are you okay?
Little sore, but I'm a little sore, but I gotta try and get a hold of my supervisor at least. Kind of trapped right now. How's your legs and everything? They're all right. I'm kind of trapped right here. Okay, yeah. I'm with Shawnee PD. I gotta try and get out of here and do what I can to help you guys. I'm sorry, man. I'm trapped right now. That's okay. Hold on. Let me try and get out of my driver's door first. Can you? Can you? Nope. Nope. We got it open. You got it open?
6 minutes would pass until Jeff was able to free himself. From there, he immediately joined in helping other stranded drivers. A total of 39 vehicles were involved in the pileup, resulting in 10 people being injured.
You see what it looks like? It's a red Chrysler 300. Holy cow. Are they still throwing things? They're just right behind me. I don't know what they're doing, man.
Although the 911 operator was probably dispatching units as they spoke, it would have probably taken the officers at least a few minutes to arrive, which would have been extremely dangerous for Julio. Luckily, as he's on the phone with the dispatcher, he spots a cop car stopped at a traffic light and pleads for help.
They're right behind me. I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, there's a cop right next to me. This guy right behind me. Hold on. Hey, this guy right here. Are you still there? Right here. Holy. The cops are going after him. Is the officer there with you? No, he just went on a high-speed car chase. Holy cow.
Okay, hang on with me. Hang on.
I'm with the. I just followed a police officer right now. I'm not sure what the hell just happened, man. How you doing, man? I'm with the 911 operator right now. Listen, I don't know what happened. I pulled out. I was gonna go get some food right there on Central, and then all of a sudden this car just pulled up right in front of me. I thought they were gonna carjack me or something, man. Okay. And they started to get out. I put it in reverse, and I just got the hell up out of there and went down towards San Pedro and Central.
Did you get a plate number? I wasn't able to see it.
Man, I was. Hell
that's
no.
okay. That's fine. Like
I got it on camera though, bro.
Do you have it on camera?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the suspect managed to get away from the officer during the high-speed chase, and it was never confirmed what his intentions were that night. But judging by his behavior, it's more than likely that this was an attempted carjacking. Had the officer not been at the right place at the right time, Julio would have had to stop at the red light alone, or he would have been at the mercy of the attacker. Because neither the cop nor Julio could get the red Chrysler's license plate, the Albuquerque Police Department couldn't pursue the matter any further, meaning that the suspect probably continued preying on other victims on the road. This footage was captured on a random road on the outskirts of Warsaw, Poland on March 30th, 2014. Inside the vehicle is a man and his daughter. The road is pretty poorly lit, and even with headlights on, the driver probably can't see more than 20 or 30 feet in front of him. A few seconds into the video, a car traveling in the opposite direction flashes its headlights at the driver in what appears to be a warning. Unfortunately, the driver doesn't have enough time to react, and this is where things take a pretty dark turn.
Jesus Maria.
After swerving to avoid the man standing in the middle of the road, the driver attempts to correct the vehicle's path. However, this is much easier said than done in the heat of the moment. Unable to control the car, the father and daughter fly off the road and come to a rest in a ditch. Although it appears that the man had his back turned to the car at the moment of the incident, there's still no reason to be standing in the middle of a pitch-black road while there are cars passing by. Given the man's irrational behavior, it's possible that he was either under the influence of something or attempting to take his own life. But because the man immediately fled the scene, his true intentions that night are anyone's guess. According to the driver, he and his daughter both sustained minor injuries, and the police were never able to find the mysterious man. This dashcam video is taken from a cop who was chasing the thief's cars on the roads of Mexico.
They crashed out at get off the air. Start firing EMS and additional units now. So Lex.
Eventually, the thief lost the control of car and smashed his car on the corner of road. Later found that he stole some cash and jewelry from the local household. This video is taken from Canada E. When the police officers were performing some patrolling duty, some random guy sits in the officer's car and starts driving.
Looks like somebody just stole my vehicle heading northbound. Okay, did you say your vehicle? Affirmative, vehicle 106 heading southbound on Holton Street. Lights are still on. Holton what? Holton and cell phone? On the key.
15 in route.
We have GPS on that car? Yes, there's GPS on the car.
526 on what? That's spot number again. You said 106.
Berline Richards, the guy's running westbound. Berline Richards, it's a white male, blue jacket, blue jeans.
The police chased this guy. At the end, he stops the car and started ruining. But the officers caught him.
855, come up to the alley, Southside. Put your hands on your head! Put your hands behind your back. I don't have a case, so sorry.
Later, the police found out that the guy was having some mental problems.